Good day, y'all. In the past few weeks I had a little bit too much free time and decided to get myself into self-hosting. I rented a tiny cloud server I used to run some basic services like Paperless, Vault Warden or Trillium, nothing fancy at all. And because I have a computer science background, I heard of containers and containerization and Docker magic before, and I also have a few friends who also do self-hosting, server administration for some years now, and they told me that they use Podman and containers for pretty much everything they host on there. So I thought, yeah, why not? Maybe let's try that out as well. And ended up using Podman Compose and Podman for all of the services I host. Podman Compose is great. It enables you to write declarative YAML files that describe your containers, how they interlink, how they interact with the host, and what they do in general. This helps you keep your setup organized, and you don't have to have like tens of Docker run or Podman run commands lying around, which ends up becoming a little bit chaotic over time. It went surprisingly well for the first few weeks, and then my software engineering background caught up to me, and I thought to myself, I have lots of compose files lying around here. I should put them into version control. And I asked around for some advice. I scrolled through the internet, through the horrors of Reddit, and I got recommended to check out GitOps. And that's pretty much the reason why I'm making this entire video. According to Red Hat, GitOps is a set of practices for managing infrastructure and application configurations to expand upon existing processes and improve the application lifecycle. Now, I think what they were trying to say is that GitOps helps you to easily version control and manage your server and services via a Git repo and some CI/CD pipelines. And even though it has strong roots in the Kubernetes domain, I still thought it was neat and wanted to give it a try. I like to read up on topics like this before starting a larger project, and found this nice diagram describing the single components of a GitOps project. Let's start from the bottom and try to understand what they do. You have your environment, which is your server itself. The deployment is all services and applications deployed on it that are managed through your GitOps. We describe that in the environment repository, which is just a collection of all the compose files, container descriptions, and environment files for my concrete server. Changing something in there triggers a pipeline that causes an update in the deployment itself. If you deploy your own apps, you can use the application repository pattern and the corresponding pipeline in there to update the environment repo, and that itself triggers its own pipeline on changes and deploys that onto the server. But that's entirely optional, and if you use something like renovate on the environment repo to notify you when there are new updates available for your containers, you don't really need that. This looks great already, but if you paid attention, the one thing that's missing is a way for the server to actually listen to what the repos and pipelines tell them and reflect that onto the environment and deployment. So the next obvious step is to write a web app that handles exactly that. So the premise is simple. When we receive an update request, we check the environment repo by pulling it locally. We then compute a hash for each service directory and compare that hash with the one for the currently deployed service, which is just stored in a .last deploy hash file. That way, we can notice when a service has been updated. If that's the case, we update the image and redeploy it. Because all that is just fancy command line magic, my first idea was to write an AIO shell script that gets exposed via an HTTP endpoint, and that's it. As we will discuss later, that was a maybe not so great idea, but for now it gets the job done and is how I implemented things. The next thing is that I obviously want my app to also run in a container and potentially even manage itself. But is that even possible to do host container management from inside another container, I hear you ask? To which I respond, yeah, that actually works. Holy shit, I did not think that would work, but yeah, as it turns out, Podman is great, and after 10 minutes of chatting with our all-knowing AI overlords, I got a working shape prototype. The only thing left to do now is to whip up the implementation. And this is where the real fun begins.
I am playing the game.
For the tech stack, I decided to write my app using Ktor, which is pretty much just Spring Boot without all the Slack. I can't really recommend it enough. This is my 4th project using it and it just gets better every time, so give it a shot. There is not much to see on the code side of things, so we will go over it very quickly. We have 2 endpoints now, one for the previously mentioned endpoint that just updates the environment repo and checks all services, and one other for checking and redeploying a single service, because I thought that this might help for using this app as a continuous deployment provider later on. We use a pre-shared secret as authentication so that only I will be able to trigger these changes. And then we just call into the responsible scripts that do the heavy lifting. As you can see, they become pretty ugly very quickly, but they work for now, so I'll leave them be. However, I can't promise that I won't come back to this and move all that logic into code at some point in the future. The host communication works by forwarding the podman socket to the container, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This was actually simpler than expected, although this was one of the only places in the project where I resorted to using AI, since the docs and everything I found online did not quite work out of the box. So as I said, I threw this into an AI coding agent and 5 minutes later it worked. So I'll forget it, and it works. To send the updates from the repos, I originally had literal GitHub Actions workflows that used curl to send post requests to my backend, but I found that the GitHub webhooks are actually pretty cool and get the job done as well, so I moved everything to them. I also implemented that the containers can self-update themselves, but I won't go into detail for that. That was an entire adventure on itself. But if you're interested in that, I've linked the entire codebase in the description, so feel free to check that out and leave some feedback in the comments that maybe I can improve my mess I've wrote there, but again, it was an entire adventure on its own. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The only thing I also did was set up RenovateBot in the environment repo to scream at me once every while when new updates for my services roll out, so I don't have to manually keep track all the time, which is a lifesaver. Except for the occasional hiccup, I'm pretty happy with the result. I've migrated all the existing services that I ran onto the GitOps pipeline, and yeah, it just works. For the future, it might be possible to move all the shell script logic into the application code to make it a little more maintainable. And I also thought about implementing a little server-side rendered status frontend that lists all the managed containers, their versions, their status, but I don't think I'll do that for now. Maybe I'll come back later. Hey, it's me again. Thank you so much for staying until now. This was an absolute passion project of mine, and I just wanted to share what I learned over the last weeks. I really enjoyed making this, even though I'm not a particularly good video editor whatsoever, so please leave any feedback you might have regarding this in the comments. Also, feel free to check out the repositories I linked in the description. I did not put too much effort into code quality, and maybe you'll find a bug that I overlooked. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time.